Hey, this is Adia, the Trendy Socialite. Hope all is well with you. I am back because, earlier I was on Facebook and I saw an article posted by a website I follow, Madame Noir, concerning Kenya from the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. And she was saying that she knows that she looks crazy on the show right now, especially with her twirling and Gone with the Wind, Fabulous, and how thirsty she seems for Walter and wanting him to marry her. She says, but she's not, and she really puts all of the blame squarely on his shoulders about his leading her on, lying to her, and things of that nature. So I have major serious issues with Kenya. And I feel like her auntie and whoever the women in her life are, especially the older ones, need to use this as kind of a teaching tool for her. It needs to be definitely a teachable moment. And they almost need to sit down with her every episode and just kind of have a debrief and give her some of the life lessons that she really needs to grasp from her antics and experiences on the show. For me, it started with the whole Portia Stewart. Don't even get me started on that, good sister. Whew. I'm gonna need for her to pick up a book. But anyway, with that Portia Stewart charity event, and granted, I know that she was annoyed that Portia got her title wrong, and it would kind of annoy me because it's a big deal. I got that. I really do understand that. But in the moment, you should have been gracious, and she wasn't. And you could have even let her go on with the whole thing of it being wrong, because and everyone has acknowledged that very few people know the difference between Miss USA and Miss America. No one knows the difference really, except it's owned by different people or whatever. So she could have been gracious, and then she could have checked her afterwards. Now that I wouldn't have minded so much, but I still would have been gracious about that. I would have been like, just for the record, if we work together in the future, I'd appreciate you getting my title right, and it is blah blah blah. I'll be more than happy to supply you with a bio if you need it, blah blah blah. And then just leave it alone. You can't always let other people's ignorance and lack of information make you look crazy, which is, in my opinion, what she ended up doing. So there's that. And then there's how thirsty she looked for Walter even before they went to Anguilla. I have no problem with her desiring to be married, wanting to be married. I understand that. I even understand to a certain degree making sure that the man that you're seeing knows you're interested. I got that. But she went way on the other side of that, for real, way over. And she just looked thirsty, so I have issues with that. But then this Anguilla trip just really showed me kind of who she was, and I don't know that I really like that. But she said in her intro to the show, and then whenever they run the show, the little blurb says, I won Miss whatever title she won, not Miss Congeniality. That's not something that you want to brag about and find pride in. you don't want to be a beauty queen that's not gracious. That's almost an oxymoron. Like, we don't expect for pageant winners and beauty queens not to be these nice, smiling, bubbly, gracious people. And I know that's probably being unrealistic and stereotyping, but that's one stereotype I kind of need for you to live up to. And she's not. And so I just have issues with her. And I really want people to stop using her Gone with the Wind fabulous catchphrase, because I think it's crazy. I think she was crazy when she said it, and that's not something that I think needs to be repeated. Because you just co-signed her foolishness, and that's what that was. So I really feel like the people in her life need to sit her down. You can absolutely, let me tell you, there are books, there are plans, there are coaches, there are people out there that can help you find the mate that you want. She is a prime candidate for that $1 million matchmaker lady. Absolutely. I mean, I think that would be a pretty entertaining episode with her. But you can do it in a way that maintains your dignity and your self-worth. And she has completely kind of lost that on the air. And that's not a good look for her. It just isn't good. So I'm concerned about her, but I'm afraid she doesn't see any issues, and she is not holding the mirror to herself and looking at her part in all of this. Walter's wrong for what he's done and that sort of thing, but she bears some responsibility for her behavior. Like, she can't control him and what he does, but she can absolutely control her behavior and her response to what he does. And I feel like she has kind of gotten caught out there a little bit with him saying that the relationship wasn't real, it was a ploy, she just needed somebody on the show. So now I feel like she's trying to backpedal and undo the damage, so to speak, of that statement, because she further looked thirsty and desperate and crazy when he came out with that. So I really feel like she kind of needs to regroup. I mean, she can't do anything about the show and the way it is, but at this point, I feel like she really kind of needs to regroup and kind of rebrand herself, because right now, she doesn't look like someone that I would want to work with, but there are lots of people that don't find her behavior atrocious or anything that caused alarm at all. And again, I know a lot of people are like, oh, we're taking this too seriously. It's just a reality show. It's already dramatized and over sensationalized and all this kind of stuff. But you all, there is a whole field of study out there about reality shows and the impact that they have on our behavior in our society. And you can just see, I mean, even from a very, very shallow perspective, you can just see how those, when Jennifer Williams and them wore those certain type of earrings, that's all you saw. So if we copy their fashion, we eventually copy their behavior. I wouldn't. And I know a lot of my subscribers wouldn't, because we're mature. But for those that aren't, and for those that are looking for something else out there, like, you really have to be cognizant of what's going on, and the messages that everyone conveys, especially in the media. So I just had to come on and give my 2 cents, because I'm kind of up to here with the Gone with the Wind fabulous references, because I just think it's foolish. So, but that's my 2 cents on that. I have been trying for 2 days to upload a video about the sisterhood. Yes, I have some serious thoughts on that. So if I can't get it uploaded in the next little bit, I'm going to re-record it, because I think it was too long. So I'm going to re-record it and post it so you can hear my thoughts as well. All right, you all take care. Be blessed. Bye.